Well, there are reports of thousands of Iranians seeking to flee the country. CBN's Operation Blessing is mobilizing to help them in the neighboring country of Armenia. Drew Friedrich, the president of Operation Blessing International, is here to tell us more. So, Drew, tell us what's going on in Armenia.
Yeah, right now, Gordon, we're mobilizing our teams. We expect an influx of refugees coming into Armenia. It's a Christian nation in the midst of many Muslim nations, and so it's a safe haven for many looking to exit. The great thing about what we're doing at Operation Blessing is we've actually been on the ground in Armenia since 2009 with Orphans Promise. And so we've got an extensive presence. We've got a network of churches. We have ongoing projects that we work through. And so those folks are ready to jump into action. And as these refugees enter the country, provide aid, spiritual support. As you know well, one of the real benefits of being a part of CBN is that we're already there. We have Superbook in their language. We have Superbook in Farsi. We have Superbook in Armenian. And so these kids that are coming are hearing the gospel. Their parents are receiving spiritual aid. They're getting food, hygiene kits, that kind of thing. So we're preparing and we're ready whenever that influx begins.
Is there a supply chain issue with the airspace being shut down? How can we resupply what we currently have in Armenia?
Sure. Again, the good thing is the network we have. So in country, we can purchase. We already purchased some ahead of this when we saw it coming. This isn't the first time we responded to a refugee crisis in Armenia. I think that's a key point as well. The Nagorno-Karabakh conflict just a year and a half ago, we were already, staging boxes and kits there as well of food and of hygiene supplies. So we have some of it on hand already. We had money already in country that we prepared for this as well. And it's not the first time we've dealt with refugee crises in response to a war. You think about Ukraine and Russia, where we were right there on the border in Poland. And so we have experience doing this. We've got contacts throughout the region. And so certainly I think our team today is having trouble getting in because so many flights have been canceled in the Middle East. But again, having that presence already there allows us to activate sooner.
You mentioned it. This isn't our first time dealing with refugees coming from a war. How is this either different or similar to what you experienced in Ukraine?
I think it's different in the sense that right now there hasn't been a full-scale sort of boots-on-the-ground war where everybody's leaving the country en masse. We saw Ukraine, Russia. They were heading west in a hurry. Everybody was heading that direction. We knew exactly where they were coming. Here, we don't know. Are they going to go to Turkey? Are they going to go to Azerbaijan? Will they come to Armenia? But again, that's the safest place for our team to work, where we have our largest network. And so I think some of it is a little bit of wait and see. And we're already dealing with Iranian refugees that came after Operation Midnight Hammer in June. And so we've been working with that group. We know them. And so it is a safe place for Iranians to come. But many of them want to just go back home to a free Iran, and we're waiting to see what happens with that.
If they do go back home, let's take a best case scenario.
Sure.
The Revolutionary Guard is taken out of power.
Yep.
The clerics don't select the next ruler of Iran.
Sure.
There's a constitutional assembly. There's democracy. There are free and open elections that are guaranteed. All of those things happen. What would be the plan then?
Yeah, I think, again, I would just continue to reiterate, the great thing about our work is we're already there. We announced yesterday, we've been doing this for 20 years over the air in that part of the world. We've got an extensive church network. And so, again, being able to move product and supplies into conflict areas and disaster zones is our specialty. That's what we do at Operation Blessing. We've done it in other war zones. And so utilizing those networks, those bases, we would be able to move product into the country, activate those church networks and volunteers. Again, some of it is going to have to be based on safety. We don't want to put our people in harm's way, but we also know what we signed up for. We signed up to go bring help and hope to a hurting world. People are hurting in Iran. We want to go help.
Well, for decades, we've been saying at CBN Operation Blessing, we do our best work in these times, whether it's war or revolution or disaster. That's exactly when we come in. What's your biggest need right now?
Yeah, prayer, certainly. We always want to be praying for safety and wisdom, but also financial support. People stand with Operation Blessing and they say yes, they allow us to go before the need even happens. And that means we're prepared to go. So, again, we've got a team en route. We've got staff and volunteers on the ground. We have some money in country. We're sending more, but we need people to stand with us financially so we can have all the supplies, all the food, all the hygiene kits that we need. Always a huge need for us in times like this because we don't want someone to show up and us run out of food, us run out of hygiene kits. They're coming desperate. You saw Chuck Holton yesterday say they're crossing the border, bags in hand, with no real plan, but they just needed to exit a dangerous area. We want to be sure we provide them something that brings them back, helps them stabilize, and helps them get their feet on the ground for the next step, whatever that may be.
All right. Well, you heard it. If you want to be a part of the Operation Blessing Disaster Relief Program, it's real simple. You can call us, 1-800-700-7000. Say, I want to give to Operation Blessing Disaster Relief. You can also write to us at CBN Center, Virginia Beach, Virginia, 23463. Just put Operation Blessing Disaster Relief. You can even shorten it down to OB Disaster, or just put Disaster Relief on the memo line of a check, and your contribution will go into that designated fund, and that's a designated fund to help with disasters. You can also text OBDR to 71777. Do it now. Let's be a part of supplying. The need is absolutely tremendous when you start considering millions of people trying to flee a war zone, trying to have some kind of safety for their families, and arriving literally with nothing. The need is overwhelming. So let's be a part of the solution. Let's help them in their time of need. And most importantly, let's be there for the King of Kings. That Iran, it's their time. Let's go in full force with the gospel of Jesus Christ to let them know there's a much better way to live. You can be a part of it. Call us, 1-800-700-7000.